Hello guys, so this week we are exploring arithmetic sequences. This is lesson 3.6 in your Algebra 1 books. As you can see, I've already written the definitions down for you. An arithmetic sequence is a numerical pattern that increases or decreases at a constant rate. And that constant rate is called the common difference, and that is denoted by the letter D. So when we deal with our arithmetic sequences, and you've seen these before, it's just a pattern of numbers. And with that pattern, they must have a constant rate, and that constant rate is called the common difference. So look below at just a few examples of what an arithmetic sequence looks like. So let's look at the first example. We have 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. And if you notice, from 3 to 5, the difference is this, increasing by 2. From 5 to 7, it is increasing by 2. From 7 to 9, it's increasing by 2. From 9 to 11, it is increasing by 2. Therefore, it has a constant rate, and the constant rate is 2. So the common difference is also 2. So D is equal to 2. If we look at the other example, we have 33 to 29, it decreases by 4. 29 to 25, the decrease is 4. 25 to 21, it's decreasing by 4. Then 21 to 17, it is decreasing by 4. Because the rate is constant, our common difference is -4. So that's how you determine the common difference of an arithmetic sequence. So now let's look at example 1. In example 1, we've been given our arithmetic sequence and we've been asked to find the next 3 terms. Well, in order to do that, I first have to find out what's the common difference. So when I look at my pattern of numbers or my sequence, I have 15, 9, 3, and -3. And I need to see what's going on from 15 to 9. Is it increasing or decreasing? And from one number to the next, is that going to be a constant rate? So from 15 to 9, I notice that it is decreasing by 6. From 9 to 3, I notice a decrease by 6. And from 3 to -3, I notice a decrease by 6. So therefore, the common difference is -6. So if I want to find the next 3 terms, all I need to do is take my common difference from the last number in my sequence. So when I do that, I'll have -3 minus 6, and that gives us -9. Then -9 minus 6, that gives us -15. Then -9 or -15 minus 6. That gives us -21. So these are the next 3 terms in our sequence. Well, now that we found the next 3 terms, what if you were asked to find maybe the 20th term, or the 40th term, or the 50th term? Well, there's a formula that you can use, and that formula is for finding the nth term. That means any number of the arithmetic sequence. So let's look at our example 2. When we're finding the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, and that formula is a sub n equal a sub 1, which represents the first number in the sequence, plus n minus 1 times d, and our d is our common difference. So as long as we know the first term of the sequence and we know our common difference, we can simplify this equation to find any term that we're asked to find for that particular sequence. So let's look a little bit further. Example 2, we're asked to find the 32nd term of the sequence. And our sequence is -12, -8, -4, and 0. And we've got to find the 32nd term. Well, to do that, we're not going to do what we did in this last example. Just keep adding the common difference on to the next number. It'll be a little bit easier if we use this equation for finding the nth term. So as long as I know the first number in my sequence and my common difference, I can find that equation. Once I find that equation, I'll plug in whatever term I've been asked to find for my n, and then I'll have my answer. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at is what is the common difference here. So we have -12 to -8, and we know that that's a difference of 4. Well, we have -8 to -4, and we know that's a difference of 4. And -4 to 0, we know that that's a difference of 4. So we know that D is equal to 4. So now that we know our common difference, we know the first term of the sequence, it's time for us to plug everything we know into this formula to help us find the 32nd term. So taking my formula, I'll have a sub n equal a sub 1, which is -12, because that's the first term of my sequence, plus n minus 1 times d. And since d here, we found that to be 4, we're going to plug that 4 in. Well, now we're going to simplify this by using our distributive property. And that's going to give us -12 plus 4n minus 4. We have these two like terms here that we can combine. So we have 4n minus 16, and that is our a sub n. That is our equation, but we're not done because we've got to take whatever term we've been asked to find and plug it in here. We were asked to find the 32nd term of the sequence, so we're going to substitute 32 into our equation that we just found here. So we have 4 times 32 minus 16. And when we multiply 4 times 32, we'll get 128. And 128 minus 116 gives us 112. So the 32nd term of this sequence is 112. Okay, so let's put all of this together in example 3. You've been asked to find the common difference, the explicit formula or the equation for the nth term, the term named in the problem, and it's named here. You're finding a sub 39, so you're looking for the 39th term. And you have to find the next 3 terms in the sequence after the last one given. So you're going to find the next 3 terms following that last number given, which was 9. So let's dig in. Let's find our common difference. So we have 24, 19, 14, and 9. And I'm just going to rewrite this just to give me a little space here. So we have 24, we have 19, we have 14, and we have 9. So we see the difference from 24 to 19. That's a decrease of 5. The difference from 19 to 14, that's a decrease of 5. And the difference from 14 to 9, that's a decrease of 5. So our common difference is -5. So we were asked to find the common difference, and that is -5. So the next part, we have to find the explicit formula. or we have to find the equation for the nth term. And that equation is a sub n equal a sub 1, which is the first term in the sequence, plus n, the term that we're going to be asked to find, minus 1 times d, which is our common difference. And we've been asked to find the 39th term. Well, in order to do that, I just need the first term in my sequence, and of course I need the common ratio. The common difference, my d. So we have a sub n equal the first term in the sequence, which is 24, plus n minus 1 times our common difference, which is negative 5. So we're going to distribute that negative 5. So that gives us 24 minus 5n, and the negative 5 times negative 1 gives us positive 5. But we're not done yet because we need to simplify the constants. So we have 24 and positive 5. That gives us a to the n equal negative 5n plus 29. So this is our equation for the nth term, or the explicit formula, so it's called. Now the next thing, we have to find the term named in the problem. Well, that tells us to find a to the sub 39. So we've got to find the 39th term here. And all I need to do is replace this number with my n. So in doing that, I'll just take out the n, plug in the 39. So we have negative 195 plus 29. And of course, you know, you can use a calculator and you can go ahead and plug this in. And when you do that, you'll get a sub n is equal to negative 166. And so the very last thing we've been asked to find, now that we have the common difference, that's here, we found the explicit formula, that's here. We found the term named in the problem, which is the 39th term, and we found that right here. So the very last thing we have to do, we have to find the next 3 terms in the sequence after the last one given. So our sequence is 24, 19, 14, 9, and we've got to find those 3 terms that will come after 9. Well, we know our common difference, so we'll just, our common ratio. And so we'll take that last term from our sequence. Our sequence is 24, 19, 14, 9. Well, we know that the common difference is minus 5. So when we take 9 and we subtract 5 from it, that will give us 4. And then when we take 4 and we subtract 5 from it, that will give us negative 1. And when we take negative 1 and we subtract 5 from it, that will give us negative 6. So the last 3 terms of our sequence, or the next 3 terms of our sequence, 4, negative 1, negative 6. So this problem is complete. But as you can see, the most important thing is first finding out what is going to be your common difference, finding that D. Everything is hinging off of that. So I have one problem for you that I want you to try, and here it is. Okay, so I want you to take a moment and do the same thing that I did in the previous problem for D. It's a little bit blurry, so I want to make sure that it's very clear so you can see it. So this is your sequence, -11, -1, 9, and 19. And you're going to find the 37th term of that sequence. So a couple of things you're going to find. You're going to find the common difference. You're going to find the explicit formula. You're going to find the term that is named in the problem, which is the 37th term. And then you're going to find the next 3 terms in the sequence. So take a few moments and find that, and then I'll come back. So let me list down what you're finding. You're going to find D. You're going to find the explicit formula, and that is just the equation for the nth term. You're going to find the 37th term of the sequence, and then 4, you're going to find the next 3 terms. So here is our sequence, and here is what you are asked to find. So I'm going to pause the video for a moment, give you an opportunity to find that, and then when I come back, I'm going to show the answers that I have. Okay, so now we're back. I found that the common difference is 10. From -11 to -1, the difference is an increase of 10. From -1 to 9, there's an increase of 10. And from 9 to 19, there's an increase of 10. So my common difference is 10. Right after that, I found the explicit formula using the a sub n equal a sub 1, which is the first term of the sequence, plus n, which is the term you're asked to find, minus 1 times d, which is your common difference. So I substituted in everything that I know, and this is my equation, or my explicit formula. A sub n equal 10n minus 21. The next thing I'm going to do is from this equation, I'm going to take this equation and find the term that they've asked me to find in the problem, which is the 37th term of the sequence, replacing the n with 37. Again, you can see me do the work mathematically, multiplying here and then subtracting. The 37th term is 349. Then finally, taking the original sequence, finding the next 3 terms, using the last term in the sequence that was given. So from 19, I'll take the common difference, increase it by 10. That gave me 29. Increase the next term by 10. That gave me 39. Increase the next term by 10. That gave me 49. So hopefully the answers that I have for this practice problem is what you have. This video is going to be posted in Google Classroom, and you can look on this video as much as you need to for an understanding of arithmetic sequences.